Hi everyone, my name is Tyler Anderson, and for my final project, I decided to do the cultural profile presentation. And the reason I decided to do it was actually because not only is Christian, the person I interviewed, a really good friend of mine, but he's also one of the most influential people I've met, um, just because of his mindset and the way he looks at life. So I figured, might as well take a look at Guatemalan culture as well as his background and his life that he's lived so far up until now. So, a little bit of background about Christian. He is 18 years old. He moved to California 2 years ago with his dad. He still has two younger siblings, a little sister and a little brother. Um, they both live in Guatemala still with his mother. Um, I've known him for over a year now. He's been one of my longest friends out in California. One of the first people I met. I actually met him through skateboarding, so it was nice to make some friends at the skate park. And when he's not skateboarding or working, he is at church. This kid is he's dedicated to the church. He loves going to church with his family. So I definitely think that was a big influence for him. Who is Christian culturally though? Yeah, he is definitely a microculture member of the church in Jutiapa, Guatemala. That's his hometown. I added a little picture in there. That's actually the main plaza. It's a high context collectivist country culture. They value the group thinking and the group harmony more than any individual ideas or individual goals. So the group focus is really the main thing in Guatemala. Just like how Christian is with his family, it's always him and his family is the main focus. He's always calling his mom. He's always talking to them. So the group and the family have a major hold on his life. Next are his family values. When I interviewed him and asked him about what kind of family values he's learned throughout his life, um, the first two were leadership and hard work. Those were the main things he mentioned, but also respect. That's one I added in there, but he didn't tell me about it. I just needed to put that in because he's a very respectful kid. But the leadership was learned through the gender roles in Guatemala. It's very normal in Guatemala for the men to be the breadwinners and to make sure that the family and the daughters and mothers are protected. They have a roof over their head, clothes on their backs. That's the man's job in the family. Um, so leadership was a big thing for him to learn from his father, leading me into the next one with hard work. His father works as a truck mechanic, and so Christian, skateboarding and going to church wasn't going to cut it. So after school, he had to start working with his dad, and he learned that hard work is the only way to make it through. So that was the those were the big two that he mentioned to me. But respect, I wanted to add in there. Like I said, was because that was learned at the church. I think I think with him spending so much at church, so much time at church, the respect for the elders, respect for his family members, aunties, uncles, whoever, even if you're not a part of the family, anyone else, there's always respect, and he always made sure that no one felt that he wasn't respecting them. Um, Leading me into the communication behavior. Um, he has little to no intercultural communication apprehension because he lived in such a diverse place, and growing up in America and Guatemala, um, you're exposed to a lot of different ethnic backgrounds, racial backgrounds. So he's very open to talking with anyone. He loves conversating with whoever wants to talk to him, and that's a big thing for Guatemalan people. He said was that no matter who it is, just talking to whoever, they'll love to share about what's going on about their day or anything that's going on. It's just normal to conversate like that. And so that was a big thing that I think caused him to have no or little intercultural communication apprehension. And the next one was growing up in the church. That increased his responsiveness and communication behavior. So what I mean by that is responsiveness is someone's ability to be engaged in a conversation and make sure that that person is comfortable, that person knows that you're listening to them, making eye contact, all those things that show communication is mutual and that it's not one-sided. So I think the church, he said that was the biggest thing for him. Um, and that ties in with the respect as well. Um, and just making sure that it's mutual and it wasn't one way. So that was the next big thing. Moving on to the conflict. And Guatemala conflict is to be avoided at all costs. It's a disruption to group harmony. So whenever there's a conflict, it's always process oriented, meaning that the group focus is always put first, and that it's not just whoever's arguing; it's their goal, and that is it. And that's what they're looking for. So it's never like that in Guatemalan culture, because the conflict is stayed at minimal. It's no one wants to be that person with the angry or uh, mad group at them. No one wants that. Um, so thank you for listening. I just wanted to add this little video of Christian skating because that's his passion. That's what he loves. So I figured I might as well add it. Oh, there we go. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys tuning in and have a good rest of your day.